Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or
Cast. Do that last stream?
God, the power that comes with commanding everybody to do that. Mwah.
Well, no, I'm not going to do it next time.
What?
Never for Jake again.
You just bought yourself a random cast throughout the night.
Always for Jake. We've had that either way. Welcome back to Candlekeep Mysteries, book 4, I believe. Yeah, book 4. This one's
5.
5. Book
Yeah,
5.
because Helena just had her second one. So.
That's right. And then we're back. Yep. Book 5, Shemshime's Bedtime, Rime.
Best title so far.
I think it just tickles me.
I'm still kind of partial to a deep and creeping darkness, but...
Shemshime's Bedtime, Rime. Would anyone like to give us a recap of just kind of what our adventurers have recently been up to? I know that it's been a couple weeks since everyone's last adventure.
Yeah.
Has anyone... How have people killed the time?
Well, as a group, Naya's been out of town for a while. Mm-hmm. Everybody was just heartbroken over that. They were moping around. They were being really obnoxious about it. So
except for Bones.
Except for Bones, he did not seem to care.
He was moping around. He just didn't write a letter back because he's bad at writing letters.
And so
self-conscious.
Old friend of the fam, Perseverus Still, came to the hearth, came to Candlekeep, in fact, to research a town that had been missing people for a really long time. So he roped these sexy men into it, and they went to the town. Even though people had gone missing, and it was like, this is a terrible idea. We don't know what's happening in this town. Why are we going to this town? They went. They took care of it. Fey creatures, Meanlocks, had in fact been terrorizing this area, but they are no match for the bookkeepers. So, guys took them out. Perseverus is going to reopen the mine. Naya, is one of her innate abilities is to arrive just when she needs to. Meets up with the guys as they're heading back to Candlekeep, and wow, we're trying to get back into our normal routine. So, if we want to do interim role play, I would love to have a scene with Curil. Otherwise, I can talk to him in the hearth if that's where we're starting game.
Well, we could have one of our famous tea times.
Tea times.
Unless I'm not invited.
You're not. I'm sorry.
Well, that's up to you two. Would you guys have had this conversation the morning that we're all joining in, or would you guys have had this conversation separate?
I probably would have sought you out like within a day or two after, returning, just to have a little tete-a-tete. But yeah.
Don't let me impede.
Curil, will you join me on a delightful little walk around the Candlekeep?
Always. I've missed these.
Me too. Walking alone is just never as much fun.
No. I think the only reason really to walk is to get in some conversation.
Indeed. I hear it's so good for the mind. Anyway, I'm just dying to hear how you've been. Your letters were troubling, to say the least.
I am well. I think this last little excursion is one that helped perhaps me see that I am well. I got the answers that I was interested in the letters. I know that she is well, and I know that she is continuing on what she sees as the right path. And I think that having Meanlocks step forward to confirm that returning is my deepest fear was perhaps enlightening.
It sounded dreadful, but sounds like it was almost productive for you.
I feel a lot more free having that confirmed versus seeing it as an open path. That's for sure.
Did you get the sense that she's looking for you?
I don't think that she would ever turn me away, is what I gather. But if she is honest in her writing, which is always debatable when you're dealing with a dragon, I think that her primary focus right now is regaining her stature, and while my service was appreciated, I would be an afterthought.
Is it something that was widely known that you escaped her?
I've never been I've never withheld it, but it's not something that needs that generally sees it. I seem to be lost for words. It generally seems to have a need to come up in conversation. It's captivity is not polite conversation, generally speaking.
Yes, and I wouldn't think she would advertise it. It's probably a bit embarrassing for her.
When you lose a bauble,
And go around shouting about it.
It's I would assume from her perspective it's also not worth bringing up in conversation. Just another item in a menagerie.
Well, you're more than a bubble to us, of course. And to Candlekeep. And the boys don't know.
At the last comment, Curil just turns and takes Naya into a hug. I always appreciate hearing that. And I can't tell you how grateful I am that you've returned.
I missed you very much. Did I ask another question? Hold on. Okay. And the boys don't know.
I think it's possibly come up in passing. It's not. We've all been busy.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to keep it secret. You know how I am. I'm terrible at keeping secrets.
No, I have no secrets from all of you.
Excellent. Well, I hope that I'm so looking forward to your performance. Oh wait, do we know about your performance? All right. Well, that could be the end of the scene.
Perfect. Well, with Naya happily rejoining Candlekeep and our wondrous adventures, we will start on a rather chilly morning in the hearth. If everyone would like to place themselves accordingly, or have our wonderful Mark do it.
I was gonna say, we don't have control over it.
The last time I DM'd,
Someday.
we were remote.
We just need me out here, I think.
Yes.
And I don't know if you want to be out there. If you want to take yourself off.
And I don't know.
No conditions, please.
You just drag from her name.
Go up on
On
that. Where should be at the top? Yeah. Just drag it over there.
I'd be in the kitchen for sure, as always.
Perfect.
I'm in there too.
I think Kiril's been trying to find new ways to approach Laszlo without making him uncomfortable. So since we've been back, and now that Laszlo's officially an adventurer, trying to begin conversations, and that if they take, continuing them, and if they don't take, letting it go and trying to find another way of bringing. So today's would have been. Are there any books that have been particularly curious?
What I mean, all of them really.
Or just anything coming across the counter,
right? Have you talked to Bo at all
About
the book? No,
Is Bo-
never mind.
Is he much of a-
no, nothing.
Is Bo much of a reader? I never got that from
Well,
him.
is
That's really lovely.
Leather work. There's one about skiving the end of a piece of leather so they can roll it up and sew it into itself.
And these are books that you've read as they've come
Well,
across?
coming through Candlekeep.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in leatherwork, I have to say.
Well, it's quite interesting because you need to glue it first and then sew it and then burnish the edge, and the burnishing process can be multiple materials. There's kind of a big debate now of in the industry of what's better for it. And he just kind of drones on for maybe 10, 15 minutes.
I mean, Curil is legitimately interested because I think one of my talents is having just a font of interest that never runs out. So I'll end, I guess, the conversation of that part of it. I'd really love if you can show me some details of what you're saying as far as your preferred method, which seems to be truly the best way to preserve it.
He kind of just like pops a book out of his and passes it over, like turns to the page and passes it over.
Thurgood, the animated shrub, will come by with menus because I no longer you just order off menu now.
That's what Benlin's been up to for the couple weeks in the interim is fixing a menu.
No. He's always had. It's a seasonal menu based on people's birthdays. So your birthday month, I serve your favorite dish. That's what he always wants to know. So when his birthday comes up, there's just a big blank space. That's the only passive aggressive thing he still does.
Benlin, what creative ways have you found using my gift?
I keep it on my nightstand.
Less creative than I'd hoped, but maybe it'll inspire you.
I really wish you would stop this. When I blush, I turn this ugly brass color.
It's my favorite, though.
I'm happy that you're no longer trying to set me up with foppish fools, though.
Well, if you've had a long break, I think I better get working on it again.
Actually,
I met an amazingly interesting tiefling on my travels.
You know, actually, me and Curil have been stepping out socially lately. So
You have not? You would have told me.
Well, we're trying to keep it quiet, so I wouldn't bring it up with him.
Interesting. And how is that going? Has he found any great uses for
No,
my gift?
he has not. Nothing like that. Like I said, just socially.
Well, that's really all I want for you. Just have some fun.
Yes, of course. Well, that cheese board isn't going to eat itself.
As you guys are having this conversation, and as Laszlo is just kind of sticking a book out at Curil, Bo, what are you up to?
I'm warming myself by the fire because I'm cold. If you say it's cold outside, then I'm probably pretty cold. So I'm just chilling by the fire.
A slight chill outside. Not enough to see anybody's breath, but it's going to start getting cold.
I'm straining to listen to what Laszlo and Curil are talking about, but I don't think I can hear it.
Okay.
But I'm also cold, so I'm just going to sleep by the fire.
Gotcha.
And I'm to finish off our conversation. I'll say there's nothing like the if you actually did talk to Bo, I guess there's nothing like when I read the archery book before. There's no yeah.
I didn't. You have an interest in archery?
Oh,
I've never seen you use a crossbow. That'd be incredibly useful.
Oh no, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it more a matter of theory than
And
practice?
he just
or?
keeps reading, and you see him like slowly change color.
Just mental note of archery bow entendre.
Curil, as you're taking that mental note, the door to the hearth, the main door, flies open. There's a loud as it swings and hits the wall. Everything kind of rattles against the shelves.
Goodness.
And one of the avowed walks in. One of the younger avowed definitely hasn't put in enough time to be high up or hold any calls or a position of power. But they walk in with a large book and a wet quill. And Curil, is a Curil here?
Welcome to the hearth. I am Thurgood, and he hands him a menu.
Speaking.
He acknowledges the menu, but turns away. Curil.
I'll stand and approach him.
He kind of saunters over and meets you in the middle. We're confirming tonight at the Firefly cellar, correct?
I wouldn't miss it.
Wonderful. And he, with a big gaunt, he makes a big check on his notebook. Thank you. Turns and leaves the hearth. This time does not touch the door. The door is still kind of just awry as he swung it open violently.
I will walk over and close it.
Bo gives him
Was that Kevin? He's so rude.
I was very excited about performing, but that gentleman is...
Don't worry, I'll add a meal to his tab.
Can we say I brought a special fertilizer back for Thurgood if you wrote about him in your letters?
So,
Are you performing tonight?
yes.
You told us, I'm sorry.
I think I would have let you guys know as soon as I found out, because
okay.
I perform in the tavern on a fairly regular basis, but it's exciting to be asked by Candlekeep, or by at least an avowed, to specifically perform.
Benman walks in, drying his hands. You guys all saw him break my door, right? So I can charge the avowed.
I was scared for my life.
Well, wait till after the performance, if you will.
Bo just stares in the fire. He's like,
Maybe once my checks are signed, then.
Very well. I mean, it takes a week for requisitions anyway.
But I really hope that you all... I know it's after work hours, but I would appreciate a friendly, warm
Of course, we wouldn't miss
audience.
it. Laszlo, you're coming too.
Perhaps I'll put in a number about archery.
Are you interested in archery?
archery.
No.
Bo perks up and he's like, what?
Because I could add that to our lessons and our
No.
exercises.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've been using your magic to practice ranged attacks, but
I'll go if we stop talking.
like period or just on this
No,
particular
Period.
I'll kind of give Bo a sort of a sideways...
Well, the soup is boiling. Go back to the kitchen.
I kind of drape my...
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
I kind of drape myself over your back to help warm you up and kind of give you a hug.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing today?
It's cold. But I'm
Isn't
good.
it chilly? Are we moving into the colder months? I can never keep the year straight.
I don't know. I feel like it's maybe just a weird cold snap right now, but I don't know if it's time or not.
It's probably best that we don't think too terribly about the seasons, because then we'll have to track it.
What I was saying.
Okay,
like
I'm so sorry.
Well, and
I
technically,
was trying to be
Candlekeep,
ambiguous.
Candlekeep is on the ocean, so it could be like San Francisco, where the seasons are kind of all the same.
You all were being appropriately ambiguous.
You never responded to my letters. You didn't take a lover while I was gone, did you?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I don't have time for that.
This is very true. We might have to make some time. I kind of wander away in thought.
Your stew.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably eat it in like a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna wander over to Curil and.
Oh, and I've definitely added a better fish surprise to the menu.
Out of spite?
Out
or
of spite.
Curil always makes the joke, but it just never quite lives up to
Never
Valen.
tastes the same.
Oh, I hope that old man's okay.
I can have a wizard bar you from the hearth.
As an aside, too, Laszlo, we can sit in the back of the concert if you want.
Thank you.
It's okay.
All right.
Not that I don't want to be there. Just,
No.
try to keep them,
I mean, I asked for presence. I didn't ask for proximity.
appreciation, yeah.
So, living and working around Candlekeep, you guys would know that the Firefly cellar is a separate library used to store just more books. There, and Laszlo, you would know that there's a separate whole area for book binding. However, it's not used as often because you're working the main great library. But it is just that. It's a cellar, and it's a couple stories. You access it by a hatch. And so, with that,
From the hearth.
from just outside the great library, I believe. It doesn't
So within the walls, perhaps.
Within the walls, yeah.
You have to reveal it.
Not between the lines.
Oh, that fog of war.
What do I do in this position?
If you go up to the map and hit the little gear, you can turn off dynamic lighting.
To the map and hit the little gear. What does that mean?
Over the top left, the panel, control panel.
Token layer, map
This
layer.
guy. And then on the map that you want.
Ah,
You got it. And then you'll just turn off
What are you
dynamic
saying?
The girl from beneath
Yes,
it.
sir.
I think.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Don't look at it.
We're not supposed to look at it?
No, you can look at it.
Okay. Look at it.
So you stuck in my head all night.
I can't stop.
I can't
It's my
stop
favorite song.
looking. You guys, let me slowly put everyone in here.
Oh crap! Now I got that song singing in my head.
You guys come down the hatch into the main landing area.
And Laszlo is massive.
He cast enlarge person so that you'd be able to see him in the back.
Can you imagine?
Oh, Jake, you might need to shrink Laszlo.
Okay. How do I do that? Oh, I see. Like that.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Oh, he little.
He sucked back into himself.
I'll only do that when it's cold.
Or after swimming.
When you're cold.
I was in the pool.
Alright. How's the ball? I love that. As you guys descend into the firefly cellar through the hatch in the ceiling of F1, you guys hear.
I wore my tuxedo, by the way.
I dropped down and landed in
never
Black
get to
Widow's
use it.
superhero pose.
Well, since you dropped down, how's everyone else coming in? Are we just filtering in like normal? Or is there anything I need to be aware of?
I'm wearing a tuxedo with one of those little like towel things they wear. I don't know what those are. I guess it's a scarf.
What are those called? Yeah, it's kind of like a scarf.
I say I don't often bring it with me for fear of damaging it on our missions, but I do bring my my loot of illusion for performance sake.
Mm-hmm. As you guys come down, you find an elderly elf precariously balanced on a ladder while arranging a few of the flower pots on top of the massive bookcases, seemingly trying to set the mood for the performance and everything. As you start finally making noise, she grumbles, "Emder, are you back?"
No, darling, I love what you're doing with this space.
No, Abner, just here for the performance.
She kind of, "Oh, sorry about that. I was looking for," and then a voice from the level below grumbles, "I never left." She looks down, surprised to see just how many of you had entered in the firefly cellar at once. She goes, "Oh, sorry. I'm Scribe Varnir."
Are we tremendously early?
She kind of looks around, looks up through the hatch, and, "No, I seem to have lost track of my time." And she
Arranging these, I definitely can see how you'd get lost in your work.
kind of, "Why, thank you." And
Don't let that old man get you down.
oh, honey, she never could.
I wink at Curil and then make the flowers bloom more spectacularly.
With that, life seems to inspire back into this old elf as she, "Oh, it adds such life to this place. This isn't the popular library."
There's a popular library.
Could see why.
Well, perhaps after tonight we can ensure that it will be going forward.
She kind of, "Oh, I do hope so." With that, Curil, she gestures and just kind of says, "The avowed didn't give me too much warning. Pick a spot, and the cellar's yours."
Well, Curil is the performer for the evening.
Yes, I'm sorry. What did I say?
I
Well,
think she was saying to choose base.
If they're not a stage?
Well, we can work with any sort of accommodation. I
Can't
think
you
that
make a stage, darling?
Not without destroying the floors.
Oh no, please.
I will walk around the room, just kind of plucking a string to try and find a good acoustic point where I'll get the reverb of this beautiful little chamber here.
Or if nothing else, Bo and Benlin can form a bit of a foundation and you can stand on them like a pyramid.
It might make me a little unsteady, unfortunately, though the visuals would be spectacular.
I just want you to be higher than everyone else.
Roll me a perception.
I'm sorry, are you channeling Miss Fowl? Jimmy Neutron.
Neutron.
Nice.
I just thought the
Deep
voice,
cuts.
I just,
Deep cuts.
Good pull. The voice, I love it.
It's a 15 for perception.
15. You find that as you get closer to the center of the cellar, where the hatches then go down another level down to the middle floor, the acoustics get a little bit better because they can travel further.
Did they say which floor they wanted me on?
They said the firefly cellar.
Okay. Well, it's always better to keep people looking, so perhaps not the first level.
I do have a question. Do we know what these things in these alcoves are?
Little stars.
Yeah, it's all visible as you're walking around and kind of doing your thing. There are bookcases all around with different things in the alcoves between them. There is, in the center near the main hatch down, a giant lift to get the books in and out of the cellar. With that, there are some statues down to the south, the bottom three, if you will. Some chairs for reading scattered about.
Okay.
I'll descend to the next level.
All right.
Stuck in this mindset of being confused but excited to perform, and figuring they just clearly don't know how to set up an event. I mean, it's a library, it's not their thing.
As you get down to the middle floor, you find
Deuce. What the deuce?
what the deuce?
Are there any other people other than the two
Mm-hmm.
people there? So there are other people here for the show?
Yes. So
Are any of
down.
them cute and of Bo or Benlin's age range?
Yes.
Benlin is taken, remember?
I should have incited you shit!
By
Wonder
now
what
he's
you
present.
That
Actually.
deception written all over it.
I would have rolled it.
I think naturally now I was like, no, you're
So
That's cute.
is anyone following
Yeah.
Curil as he heads down? Okay. So Curil and anyone who follows, you find a human sitting at a large table, transcribing books. He jumps up and says, "Oh, hello, my name is Ebner." And he goes to extend his hand.
I'll take it. Ebner, it's lovely to meet you. I'm here for the evening's performance.
He says, "Oh, yes, yes. I thought you could perform here on the middle floor. That way we have both the top and the bottom. If you wouldn't mind, my daughter, I just put her down for a nap, but in just a little bit while we set up. After that, the floor is yours."
Perhaps I could have the table?
"Oh, yes, I'm so sorry." And he, if Laszlo is watching, he kind of haphazardly just kind of all of his stuff up.
Would you like me to do that properly?
And he, I appreciate your efforts, but you're here to watch the performance. As he's like dropping the quill. It's fine. Thank you so much. And he makes his way off down to the lower floor. The lower floor has more rooms and lodging and kind of the official stuff not pertaining to the rest of the library.
Damage to the spine.
This is a strange time to put your dog down for now.
Well, at least we have a stage.
Excellent.
I'll take one of the chairs and set it on top of the table and climb up to sit and start tuning.
I will inspect the table to make sure it's not going to wobble at all or anything. It's nice and stable, and then I will mend it if it has any damages.
Thank you so much, Ben. I really appreciate all of your assistance with getting this set up.
I look you over. What are you wearing?
I would have put on my finest, like noble.
What's your
garb.
accent color?
It would have been blues and golds.
Okay. I will use Druidcraft to put a blue rose in your boutonniere hole.
It's a nice little touch.
Oh yes, I can see that papa color all the way back here.
And then I'll kind of like adjust and go, good luck.
Thank you.
As this is happening, a well-dressed tabaxi makes her way out, walking very tall. She introduces herself. Hello, everyone. My name is Katala. Am I in the right place for the performance?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, lovely, lovely. And she goes around and shakes everybody's hand very commandingly. And she,
No, thank you.
ah, respected, understood.
Oh, I love your coat. It's such a beautiful color.
She kind of brushes her fur and goes, oh, why, thank you.
So is this the library? So there's books around us?
There are.
Okay.
There are more of the staircases, or excuse me, more of the bookcases around. Just more of a landing zone here.
Just please be careful with the books.
Oh, yes, absolutely understood. We're in a library, of course.
I don't know what I expected. This is very unorthodox.
I would have called in every favor I have to make sure as many people were here as possible.
Yeah, if there are not at least 20 people here, I am going back to the hearth and getting people to come here.
Like, I offered people half off their meals if they show up tonight with the ticket
Yeah.
stub.
You hear commotion of people trying to make their way down. At the
we are
level.
influencers,
Yeah.
okay?
You arrived with the band, and let me tell you, you load in and then you hurry up and wait.
We are hooking this up on Bookstagram. Just what we call the owl service.
I love that. Yeah.
Technically, ravens would be more effective than owls. I don't know why they use owls.
But yes, more people are coming in. Patrons that you have served in the last week or so. Naya, a couple of your more prestigious guests have also shown up.
Working with Naya, we meet people at the entrance and then place them based on rowdiness level, so the rowdiest people are near the back. Right?
Okay.
We want them spread out, really, so that he's getting positive feedback from all areas.
So we take it upon ourselves to make sure he has the best audience
I
possible.
schmooze all of them. I will roll charm. Roll charm on all of them.
I love that.
And I will guidance her.
As you guys are escorting guests in and making sure everybody's settled and happy and ready to go, Bo and Laszlo, what are you guys doing?
I not that you need any help. I do. I mean, I've never heard you play really seriously, but I feel like anyways. And he'll just kind of like offer a bit of the cologne that Naya gave him.
Oh,
Just yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Mm.
And I'll spray it on. I appreciate that.
And then he'll go sit by some books.
And I'll spray it like right onto the rose to like, combine the scents and make it appear a little more natural.
Nice. What is Bo up to?
It's following Laszlo.
Following Laszlo?
Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, be louder? Like, what?
Benlin, you are working with Naya to kind of direct everyone. When something brushes across your feet, you turn around to find a crusty Kenku.
Okay.
Do I know this Kenku?
I don't believe you would instantly recognize the Kenku, but owning the hearth, you may recognize.
I mean, what's his favorite dish? I might not know his name, but I should know that.
It is just cooked mushrooms. Mushrooms and onion. No seasoning.
Mushrooms. How are you?
Crinkle. Name is Crinkle. As he continues to sweep and kind of tidy up.
The crusty Kenku.
Cool regulation.
The Crinkles, are you here for the performance, or are you going to be cleaning the whole time? Because people are coming in now, and it seems a bit late to be cleaning now.
I'm sorry, what? The what?
The performance?
Yeah.
I will get down close to his level and be like, you watch what you say. Mushrooms. One of my very best friends is about 10 feet that way. And if I hear one negative word out of you, you will not get mushrooms ever again in my hearth.
No, you get the poisonous mushroom.
Roll me.
I would never poison someone.
Roll intimidation with advantage. That was good. The mushrooms are the one thing he has in his life that he values.
You spiced up Perseverus' food. I would call that poisoning.
That was spicing.
Spicy.
It's only poisoning. Oh, well, 15 and a nat 20. So.
He stops grasping the broom so tightly and just please don't touch my mushrooms. And he very delicately steps away. Is it raining?
It is raining.
It's raining in Arizona. Everybody watching this, it's a huge thing.
We're not necessarily in Arizona. But
No,
it's
not
raining in
necessarily.
Arizona.
All the videos are tagged in Tucson, but not necessarily.
We do
You
that
decide.
to trick you.
You never know you're going to make a mistake until you do.
It's monsooning in Iowa.
And we happen to be in California.
Yes.
Doesn't our YouTube say
really?
Tucson?
Yes.
It's in
Okay,
we're in
so
Tucson.
like I-
We've also said it on several occasions.
Sorry, Jake.
What are you doing? We're in Candlekeep.
But if you hear rain in the background, it is.
Also, my
pouring
name is
now.
Rio. There's like 8 of us in the entire country.
So Crinkle shuffles away, puts the broom away, and comes back. Where would you like me to sit?
I'll put him near Laszlo. He
Okay.
seems like he won't talk much.
How dare.
Well, because he doesn't seem like he would talk much. That's why I'm putting him near Laszlo. What? Is that a bad thing? I was trying to do a good thing.
Creepy crusty
Crusty.
bird next to us. It's fine, whatever.
That won't talk. Technically, Kenkus aren't able to talk, so this one is fairly verbose.
Crinkle saddles up next to Laszlo and just doesn't complain, doesn't do much of anything, but it's a body to fill the acoustics.
But he's
Curil, as everyone is seating and you're tuning up, going through your vocal warm-ups, if you have any prepared.
I would say that I would have done my vocal warm-ups before I got here because I don't want anybody to hear them.
Okay. Darn, I was really hoping to try to get actual vocal warm-ups.
Well,
On camera.
I have to go over to the piano, so it's...
it's a big thing.
When Naya isn't particularly looking, I will sidle up to you and give you the statuette she gave me out of my jacket pocket. Be like, here, you can have this for luck. And forever.
Statuette or the wooden thing?
That's the statuette I'm speaking of.
The wooden member.
I mean, no offense, but has it been thoroughly
I
sanitized?
have never used it, girl.
Okay. Okay. And I'll set it in my instrument case.
Let's hope that comes back.
So, as you're...
You have 5 temporary HP now.
He has to sleep with it.
As you're...
I'm not a prude.
There's nothing wrong with being a prude.
I have learned more about our characters in the last 15 minutes.
Why do you think we're friends? we can share sexual exploits.
Bendon has been with one person.
That's why I'm doing the work the very important work that I'm doing.
One person and no objects.
Yes.
You should loosen the reins a little bit on the object rule.
As half object myself, I find that objectifying.
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys set me up this well. So, Curil, as you're tuning up, getting ready, you sense everybody's getting seated. A young child in a yellow cape runs up and, "Oh, are you performing?"
Slams the instrument case. I will be, yes. Are you attending?
I am attending. My dad was telling me about it. That's so cool. What instruments are you playing? And she's like, kind of like poking her head forward to like look and see what you're doing.
Oh, well, I have a lute. I have a lyre. I have vocals. And I think that those are really the only 2 that I'll be using this evening. I had to leave the larger ones upstairs. They're a little hard to bring down.
Ah, understood. That's so neat. So what songs are you gonna play? As she's trying to like get out the words as fast as she can because her brain is obviously moving faster than that. Ebder, the one who scooped up all the papers earlier, comes back over now empty-handed, and she's up from her nap. This is my daughter. This is my daughter, Gailby.
Well, I'll shake her hand. It's very nice to meet you, Gailby.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. I'm meeting someone famous. Dad, that's so cool. And he just kind of pats her on her head. Obviously, like, I deal with this every day.
I have a new song actually tonight about a brave young archer maiden, which I think you'll like a lot.
An archer maiden? That's so cool. What is that? Do you have a bow in there? Pointing to your instrument case.
Oh no, it's just used to hold the instruments. And these are actually everything that I had in there, which is now out.
Oh, that's cool. I'm so excited. As Abder kind of, okay, sweetie, let's take our seats. And they make their way off.
Make mental notes to like take anything that's like PG-13 out of the set.
I mean, we live in a fantasy world.
Yeah, living this life is kind of naturally PG-13.
Bo will go up to the stage and like point to the case. Like, do you want me to hold this?
That would be great.
Grab it. Feel something move inside, and I'm just like,
Yes. Benlin let me a good luck charm.
huh? He should have put it on his arm and just turn around and walk back. And sit down and put his arm on it, so it's just like there.
So we don't have it accidentally found by the patron's child.
And then seeing you just a little bit flustered, Varnir, the original older elf that was arranging the flower pots, kind of slowly makes her way up. And, are we good to go?
Yes, I was just waiting for the signal.
Wonderful. Here it is. Hello! As she kind of calls out to everybody. We have Curil Loreweaver. Enjoy.
Backseat.
Kind of
Yes, Curil, hooray!
I will stand, and I appreciate everyone's attendance this evening, and I hope that you will leave with a little more joy in your hearts than when you came.
Mind the books. Sitting.
If you don't mind, as we have a connoisseur of the library arts with us this evening, who will remain nameless, please do be careful of the shelves.
Thank you.
very obviously like wink in your direction, but and I will start with the song of the Archer Maiden from the Northern Isles of the Sword Coast, with her bright curly red mane and her mother that became a bear as she learned bravery and archery skills.
Straighten some lines here.
Nice. I like it.
And yeah, there's lots of imagery from the illusion lute. Whoa, that is loud!
Yes. It went from
Really loud.
not raining to
Like, whoa,
way
it's
too much
raining.
raining.
So lots of little like illusory images of her shooting bows and like dancing
Almost like
arrows.
Almost like an animated movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In your brain.
Definitely like black hair, right? Like jet black hair.
Oh well, all of it is kind of in an orange hue. Like the whole scene is in an orange hue.
Got it.
I turned to that. Of the bears.
Oh, his attention to detail always amazes.
The 3 little kid bears. They're menaces.
Do you think the king kind of looks like me?
I mean, maybe on one of your good days. Close enough.
I touch my gut.
All right. Any other noteworthy moments from the performance that you'd like to let everyone?
We have to do the
know
one
about?
about the small mer woman who goes to the surface, and there's the.
Look at the elfin princess.
I
You know
try
that,
and,
right?
I try and like taper it across kind of a build and a fall, like letting people come into the slower moments for the emotional pieces before the 11 o'clock number to get the crowd riled up again, and then finishing off with all of the classics, including the Elvish Princess and the Orc. Was that?
Yeah.
Including the Elvish Princess and the Orc, not the body version, as we have children in the audience, but the version,
The romantic
the romantic version.
I give you a standing ovation anyway.
And I'll end with an artistic rendition of the anthem of Candlekeep as a closing number.
Roll me a performance check for the first song.
Advantage.
The first song?
Oh, I have advantage because of that. Yes.
Because Naya.
Thank you both. Oh, yay! Okay, so that is going to be a 25.
Wonderful. As soon as you start playing, not only are your closest friends drawn to you, not being able to take your eyes off of you, Galeby is front and center, eyes wide, smile from ear to ear, and her father Edgar is enthusiastically keeping tune and not a disinterested heart in the crowd. Give me another performance check.
I'm just saying the illusions alone.
I don't know. Is it some advantage? How long does it last for a sprint? Do you think?
Let's say 4 hours.
However long it takes him to perform.
Oh, no. Okay. That I needed that one, so that'll be a 13.
A 13. The next number, I believe, was the merwoman coming out onto land.
I'm just making a joke.
A couple lyrics were misremembered. This time it was a merman. Your syllables were a little off. You know what? You had them on the first one. They're still interested. Give me another performance check.
Like in between sets, I will come up and grab him by the elbow and guidance him. Pretending to bring you a glass of water.
You're just like we're all holding our hands up like a concert.
Oh,
Touch me.
It's a 25 again.
you know what?
Win them back.
You've won them back. No one is going dissatisfied. No one is going away unhappy. As you play the Anthem of Candlekeep, the last chord struck. Ebner, Galeby, and even Vernier are standing up applauding. Vernier standing up as best as she can. She's a little old. And Laszlo and Bo, is that Crinkle the Cranku kind of waving some wings back and forth?
I don't know. I moved like 3 seats over from him, but yeah, it looks like he's standing up.
Yeah. Crinkle
Oh,
did make the effort to stand up and is ruffling some feathers for you.
I hit the last chord on both the lute and the lyre using my mage hand to get
Ooh.
the combo.
The sizzle at the end. Yes. As you step down, Ebder approaches and says, "Oh my goodness, that was an amazing performance."
It's been a long time since I've had a dedicated stage. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, wonderful. We must celebrate. And he scurries off, returning shortly with drinks and ale and the eager look that he wants to party.
Eager look.
I'll give you the customary bouquet of roses after a command performance.
Holds them the rest of the night excited about, like, I finally did it again. Yes. All of the nights at the hearth were lovely, but it's nice to have everyone's eyes on you instead of their meal.
You deserve it.
A couple of
Say the word and I will not serve food.
I did only see 3 people looking at books while you were performing. So that's
impressive.
That's
to hear.
Good job.
Well, if you find out what books those are, I'd be very curious. Perhaps I can tailor.
I'm on it. And he goes.
A lot of the other guests and patrons are now, they're lively, they're happy. It's been a while since they've seen a good performance. And the festivities ensue. Anything noteworthy from the night's festivities that we need to go over, or would you like to move
I'm
on to the
being
next one?
overly obnoxious, asking the guy if I could just please see the papers and I can help him with it. And it's really not a bother. I prefer to do it over him.
As at first he's a little bit pushbacky, wanting to enjoy the festivities and drink, and as the night goes on, eventually he just, yes, where did I put Galeby, and his daughter pops up from somewhere, and what can I do for it? Oh, she looks at Laszlo, not really having been exposed to Dragonborn. Is she and her father are human?
Hello, little human.
Can I, just for shits and giggles, cast Detect Evil and Good?
Yes, absolutely. What do you need?
Your father was manhandling some paperwork that I'd love to help with, and not ruin the book.
Oh, she kind of leans in. He's got a lot of work ahead of him, and he doesn't get anywhere with it.
I think he's asking me to help if you could show me.
Yeah, and she pulls you down to, I believe it's room.
Before she leaves, is she an aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or
The little Curil.
She's not. No.
Benlin doesn't trust children. Where did she come from?
Where
So
did
when
she go?
two humans love each other very much.
There is no defined proof of that.
Okay. She brings you more into the stay quarters, the living quarters of the Firefly cellar, and she opens the door to a smaller office room, and it is chaos. It seems that Ebder just scooped him up, kind of tossed him onto the table, and was very excited to not have to deal with it.
Good. Well, you can leave now, little human. I'm going to fix this.
Do you want me help?
No, don't come back, please.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And she scurries off.
The first time the bookkeepers meet a child, they immediately dislike it.
I had a great conversation with her.
And a huge smile comes over Laszlo's face as he gets to work.
Nice. Bo, what have you been up to?
Bo is probably drinking.
Okay. Naturally, it's kind of encouraged right now in this environment.
I don't think he's drank much before, so it's a new experience for him.
Okay.
I'm imagining a lot of, with like holding the roses that Benlin gave him, a lot of unintentional confirmations, like even though they've never actually dated or anything, but just because they're both like excited, and like Bedlam's done nice things for him. All these accidental comments in front of Naya that like confirm Bedlam's lie.
Whenever Naya is looking, I will put my arm around him in like a half hug.
I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Curil's just like sees it as like such a nice thing, leaves it all. Like, I really do feel good about this.
Nice.
If there's anybody in Beau's age range, I will try to make some introductions. Preferably a large race, but not essential.
There is a half-orc adventurer
Excellent.
that had dropped by the hearth the day before for dinner, and he's going to be leaving the next morning.
That's not ideal.
He's a half-orc, and in half-orc, he's roughly the same age as Curil.
And what's your name?
He kind of... my name is...
You were just bragging about your man's table.
I know, because I don't have it up. I need it.
Well, we could just hand wave if you want. We'll say I make the introductions to Beau. I get him to go talk to you.
Torgro.
Unless he seems
rah.
like he is not into males, then
Well, we're going to do this.
let's do it.
Why do you assume Beau's into men?
Oh, I didn't think to ask
We've never
you.
talked about it.
Do you think Naya knows?
Don't know.
All right, well, she thinks she's assuming none.
He goes, oh, my name is Kioski.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
beautiful name. It rolls right off the tongue. What brings you here tonight, Kioski?
He kind of bewildered that the beautiful Naya is talking to him. I'm staying in Candlekeep for 2 days and to rest and recharge and do some studying and then back to my tribe.
Excellent. Well, I have to say that I know it would be an excellent way for you to rest and recharge. Have you met my dear friend, Beau?
An excellent way for you to recharge. Not necessarily rest.
Beau, this is this is the amazing Kioski.
Hi.
Create a fake boyfriend.
Sparks are
Create a
flying.
fake boyfriend.
He,
It's like create a fake boyfriend.
as he sees Beau, the lightly tinged green skin turns to a light pink lilac color in his cheeks. Pleasure to meet you. He starts to bow and reaches out a hand.
I reach out a hand, shake his hand, very drunkenly, because I'm not. I'm not. Do not hold back.
He starts to make slight awkward small talk. Did you like the performance? He was a great fellow.
Yeah, he's one of my good friends. He's really good. Yeah, watch it.
He kind of smirks and looks awkwardly. Not a vibe that a half-orc would normally seem to be nervous.
What's wrong?
There's a flash flood warning that came up on my phone.
Is something wrong? Are you okay?
I'm great this evening. Wonderful time. And he looks around for someone that's handing out drinks.
After walking away, but having noticed how drunk Beau is, I am now keeping an eye on them because I can't have Beau be taken advantage of.
As you walk away, he finds a tankard and proceeds to go bottoms up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Liquid courage. And yeah, is anyone?
I'm hanging out with
Anyone
Curil
else?
because that's what
That's
you
right.
would do if you were socially seeing someone at their performance.
So I guess as I come over to you guys, I can't believe you didn't tell me, Curil. We had some meetings.
Well, Curil's a very private man, Naya, as we discussed previous.
He's
Wait.
really not that private.
What didn't I tell you?
Well, it's things that we might not necessarily want to tell Naya, you know.
Bedlam doesn't want me to set him up with others because he says he's seeing you now. Now, was he telling me a little funny lie so that I wouldn't bother him?
Give you please eyes.
His eyes.
I feel so uncomfortable lying to Naya. I will put an arm back around him.
You too, Curil. I walk away.
Thank you.
I can't.
We'll break up in a week or something. I don't know. It just didn't work out. These things happen.
Yeah, but if we break up, I'm going to have to tell her the whole thing was a lie.
I'd rather you didn't do that. Can't we just assume she knows? I mean, she's like, what, 400? I'm sure she knows when I'm lying.
I feel like I can't lie to Naya.
Where Laszlo went. I'll start looking for Laszlo.
I mean, all I did was tell her that we've been seeing each other socially, which we technically have been.
I mean, under that term, I've been seeing all of you socially.
Sure, that's why it's a good lie.
And a little bit tipsy at that one. Yes, Penland, but I'm not a whore. A little too loudly.
I never said you were.
Nothing wrong with being a whore, you know.
If I have to sit through one more brunch with some Waterdavian noble, I'm gonna move.
What if I was good at setting you up with people?
You have not been so far.
Perhaps if you help her, she'll stop.
I don't want help. I have my kitchen, I have my garden, I have my adventuring now. What else do I need?
You have Paige.
I'm not gonna date Paige.
Oh, I know, but he looks at you like
part
family.
of your
Well, but I'm just saying, like he has his kitchen, he has his garden. What else does he need?
Valid. All right. The night goes. Yes.
Did I find anything interesting?
Yes.
Got a tome of understanding.
Tome of understanding. I don't get it.
That was good.
Thank you.
That's good. There are plenty of books, plenty of notes, plenty of different things. That seems to be, as you work, you realize it's all half-done projects. There were books that were starting to be scribed into newer books. Some of them were starting to be rebound just because they were too thick or too much of a task to scribe. There's a couple spell scrolls that were kind of scribed, but just like really just notes and shorthand. Under a stack of papers, you find a single P in a rectangle that's made to look like it's made out of skulls. It's not. It's a very light piece of wood, but nothing else really of value.
Okay, I'll start organizing all the works as their progress. So however much progress they've made in stacks, and then if I finish that, I'll start doing the bindings.
All right. As you go to look at your organization, you realize that these things that have just been started, huge pile. Things that have a little bit of writing in it, slightly less pile, and it's really kind of large piles until you get to anything halfway
Close to
done.
you.
So we don't get over halfway.
Yeah.
You should report him to the supervisor.
Good.
Because that's going to get Curil back here.
So
we can find better venues for Curil.
This was a great venue.
I'm just saying, we can find even better ones. We don't need this place.
waking up the next morning, it has been quite an evening. Laszlo, no one bothered you at all. You got to just dive in. I don't want to speak for anybody else. Most of the patrons had left. Getting up the next morning, it was a party. What are people doing as you all are being woken up?
I mean, Benlin didn't drink because he has to wake up at the crack of dawn to serve everyone else when they wake up. So, and Avowed are known for being early risers. I think the world is ending.
The world might be ending outside of Candlekeep.
It's fine.
We have a tornado warning
What better way to go?
in a city away, I guess.
Well, we have flash floods here. So.
Flash flooding here.
My parents' yard was flooded. They said like completely.
Wow.
Yeah, we're dealing with some monsoons, so thank you guys all for your patience with our audio issues. Luckily, we haven't had power outage yet, so
Yeah.
Well, I would say that I found maybe a married couple to enjoy the night with. After making sure Bo didn't get taken advantage of.
Bo passed out on the floor, half in his shell, half out, but on his back. So it's like tilting as he's snoring.
Okay, well, I'm not going to try and move him. So I'm just make sure that everybody's clear of him.
Are you passed out in the room? Okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
I'll probably come out at the crack of dawn and see him there and knock on the shell.
What?
Oh, I did a lot of organization. How was your night?
So thirsty.
Oh, and I'll give him like a thing of alcohol.
Bo smells it and then like shoots into his shell.
Oh, is that not what
Water.
there really shouldn't be drinks around the books. I'll get you. I'll 1 second, and I'll see if I can find him some water.
Yeah. Back to the living quarters where you were. There's gonna be water around.
Just summon one of your tentacles and then just ring it.
There's my astral goop.
Refreshing.
classic hangover cure. I always go for the astral goop.
Did Bo get a tribe's name or anything?
You did get a last name.
Did he get his phone number?
That's what I was
his
saying. Tribe's name. Like, what tribe is he from?
He's from the Insku tribe.
Insku.
Insku tribe, way down in the southeast.
Like past Shemshime?
Don't do this to him.
More east.
Okay.
Oh. Very.
So like, what?
Oh, no.
That's west.
I get my east estimates.
Bo, as you're inside your shell, you see scribbled on the back of your hand is smudged directions on how to get to the tribe camp.
How smudged?
Not very.
Okay.
I have Thurgood deliver Naya's breakfast for 3 in bed
Oh, Ben, so
Wonderful.
with coffee and some light snacks. Nothing too heavy.
I like
That's how we like it.
I like the idea that Curil might have passed out like catching up with Naya, so just like kind of on the edge of the bed, like still in that position, as if like having.
As you guys are waking up, as Thurgood is delivering, Galeby runs out and she asks, how can I help? And she, oh wow, this is why everybody was so loud last night, goodness. And she starts picking stuff up and trying to clean as she starts humming.
I think the only 2 people still in the Firefly Lounge are you 2.
You're doing a good job, little human.
Thank you. As you guys,
got confirmation of my spell.
I told you the answer to the spell. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, but she's using some kind of magic to hide her true nature.
Oh my goodness.
Hold the books. Cradle the spine. Cradle the spine.
Okay. And she does it.
Maybe she's a construct.
Varmir climbs down to the middle level where you guys are, also humming that.
That's an interesting tune. What is it?
Oh, I have it stuck in here. I can't think of where I've heard it before, if I have, but it's catchy.
Can I see if I remember?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I know, I guess. Okay. That's the first good roll of the night.
2 games in.
Yeah. What am I rolling?
You can go history.
History?
History, yeah.
The arts.
Dirty 20. The arts?
Arts and culture.
You compliment Vernier on the tune, and then realize, how do I know this? And you start humming it too.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm struck by your humming. I don't usually make those noises, but it's quite catchy.
Oh, why thank you. I don't know where I know that. And Gilby walks past humming it as well. Benwin,
He's not married.
I'm at the hearth.
As you were leaving, the doors are locked, leading out of the firefly cellar.
So I didn't make it back to the hearth.
Didn't make it back to the hearth. There is an avowed at the door, and they open kind of the main hatch.
Maybe there's like a little thingy you can slide.
And they, we're terribly sorry. We must keep you in the firefly cellar.
Can I put my hand up on it as if to talk to him? Like to hold it steady?
As if to hold the slide steady. As you do, the avowed steps back a step or two.
Okay, and then I will grip it and then turn into a mouse and scurry away.
As you do that, the avowed puts its hand up and the I don't know what we're calling it at the moment. The window slams shut and kind of knocks you back down to the ground.
I turn back into myself. That's not okay.
Are we and Curil down there too, though? We didn't get to leave? Oh, okay.
As you guys are waking up, making your way out into
Well,
Maybe I found a bedroom.
You could be in because there's living spaces in the
I was
bottom,
assuming
right?
you could be in the living spaces
okay,
down
cool,
towards
cool.
the bottom.
You still
gonna
had
be
your fun.
Awkward morning
Good.
for you guys. Oh, can't leave. Okay, well.
As you guys stumble out, Curil, you get the idea for a new song.
Immediately grab the lute and start trying to pluck it out.
Oh, I know that one. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Do I know it now, too?
As you start to hear it be hummed and plucked, and you guys make your way out, you start humming it too.
That one's very familiar. Where are you getting that from, darling?
It just sort of came to me. I don't know if it's some sort of inspiration or if it's something that I've heard before.
Naya? Curil?
No, I'm sure I've heard that. What's wrong, darling? It's so early to be yelling.
I'm standing by the thing. I have so many things to prepare, and they have locked us in here.
I can't place this, and I'll play it for Benlin, like on the lute, to, just going through the.
I was thinking that.
Does no one else care about the fact that we are locked in the firefly cellar?
As he's playing,
Yeah.
I hope the mics picked that up because that is exactly what's happening outside the firefly cellar. As Benlin, you start to hum it too.
I just move on. I hum it to myself, but then I'm like, we're still stuck in.
I go up to the hatch and knock.
It slides open as the avowed take a step back as they kind of leave it open. I'm so sorry I'm destroying this table.
Darling, we need to get out.
The avowed, yes,
I turn into a weasel and try and jump through the hole.
Oh my god.
as you start to peer up and see your getaway, and you kind of accordion into it and fall down.
It lands. And I look at you and angry weasel noises.
Hello, Beth.
It slides back open with the avowed standing a safe distance away. Miss Naya, we are so sorry, but oh, there's no easy way to say this. We fear a curse may have been accidentally let out.
Oh no, not again. Feel like this happens every other day here at Candlekeep. Surely you guys can get rid of it though.
Well, see, it's happened outside of Candlekeep previously, except for the one a little bit ago, referring to the first chapter of Candlekeep. The ominous thunder noises.
Underscoring the just over and over.
So I will turn back into my Genasi form and say, "You let me out of here, right? Now, or I will cast spells through this little hole."
What's going on? You can't let us out.
The about. Thank you, Miss Naya. As soon as we get this figured out, we will let you all out. But right now, we're afraid you must be quarantined. And as he says, quarantine, it's slammed shut. And if everybody could make me a Constitution check, saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
I'm back to being bad again. All right.
So short-lived.
Me too.
Mother.
Constitution, dirty 20.
21.
The what?
21.
And what?
20.
20?
6.
6.
I hate you all.
What'd you get? 4. I mean, we're together, bro. We're together.
Naya, Benlin, and Bo. You just have to hum it. It's so catchy.
But we made the saves.
You just have to
Let
hum
it
it.
finish.
Curil and Laszlo. It's all you can hear. It gets real loud, real fast over a very short couple seconds. As Benlin and Naya are discussing with the Avowed, it's screeching in your head.
Slumps back against a bookshelf, like trying to block it out.
Naya, Benlin, and Bo, you guys notice that even Vernier, the caretaker of the Firefly cellar, is humming it still. Galeby lets out a scream as she drops down, just kind of clutching her ears. And Ebder lets out a scream as well, punches the bookshelf nearest him, grabs the bookshelf holding up the layer of books, and pulls it from the bookshelf.
Oh dear.
All right, so
I try
you
to hold the little
two
girl's
are
hand.
being affected negatively.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Bless on you, and the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So they now have a D4 to their saving throws. Hopefully they get another one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Planning phase.
Well, it seems to have to do with this rhyme, doesn't it?
It won't stop.
Are you able to detect magic, Curil?
Am I able to do anything?
It's really loud, but you can focus enough to still function.
Probably not ritually cast it, though.
I will do not have that spell.
Do you? How have we done that?
I will do not have that spell.
I will do not. I'll be like loudly reading to myself, trying to get it out of my head, and like gripping the book with my claws, just like damaging it.
Ooh.
Well, I haven't prepared my spells for the day, so I'll prepare it.
Go ahead and make me Constitution saving throws again.
Everybody?
With a D4.
Just the two that are afflicted right now.
D4.
I'm gonna start investigating that shelf he just pulled shit from. And
16.
I was just about to talk to you too.
6.
wow,
Even with?
Yep.
Tried,
Rolled a 2.
buddy.
have you done something to your dice to make me
I think I need all new ones.
Give We need to like bless
When's your
those
birthday?
babies.
When's your birthday?
January.
Shoot. When's Christmas?
The dice are enablers,
December?
and so they stop rolling well, so you have to buy more.
Yeah.
It is nearly Mark's half birthday.
Oh, there we go.
It is technically his own birthday.
Curil, the noise, the racket starts to simmer down, and it comes down to just a hum. Laszlo, where it was almost painful before, you now can get a thought or two across, and it's not bearable yet, but you can at least get a full thought before losing it.
So I can't detect magic without dropping bless.
I can. Because I haven't prepared yet today, so I can prepare.
Okay. Was it any special book or just one that had?
Just one that I got off the shelf. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say you tore it?
Mm-hmm. Tore it in half.
You guys now see Laszlo tearing a book.
I will, if you ungrip it to grab another one, I will set it aside to like keep because I know you're
I
gonna.
think I still have like both of them in my
Okay.
hand, trying to like get it out of my head.
I can mending it later, Curil.
He'll want to fix it
I'm
himself.
sure he can rebind it himself. Yes.
Bo, any luck?
He might insist on it.
With after Laszlo rips the book in half, Gelby stops.
She got a D4.
Yeah. She stops and kind of takes a deep breath and tries to climb up back to her feet, and she looks over at Curil and kind of scurries up to him and is, What's happening?
I don't know, but whatever it is, we'll find a way to fix it.
I don't like this. I'm scared.
I don't like it. I'll put an arm around her. I don't like it either. I don't think any of us do, but we'll find a way out of this.
Okay.
When did you start humming this little tune?
She pauses for a second to think. I just this morning. I don't think I've ever heard this before. I woke up and
Where were you this morning? Where'd you wake up?
I slept in our room. She points back to the lodging areas. One of the rooms is indeed hers and her father's.
Ebner, is that the same for you as well?
He, over almost hyperventilating. Yes, I woke up this morning and she had started it and I can't stop. I can't get a thought out. And he takes a book off the ground and just hucks it against the wall.
Okay, so
Go
Just
investigate
pointing out
that
that she
room.
started.
so in their room, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
I'll go in there as well and investigate.
I'm gonna stay up in the main room and try and play anything else.
Laszlo, what are you doing while there? You're trying to play anything else? You guys
I mean, I'm still going insane. So.
are. Enough time has passed. Go ahead and make another con saving throw.
I'm just trying to get
Is
another
it
song in
longer
your head. So
than-
like if I could
what's
just
the
get
last 10
another
minutes?
song.
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, it's only 1 minute, so
Okay,
that's
so-
gone probably.
No bless. I'm not looking. I'm not even looking. 16.
Better.
Okay, 17. I got a 17.
It starts to quiet down,
So
and
you
it's
give a
down
negative for your
back
con
to
save to kill you.
it's back to just a need to hum it.
Alright, so now that Blast is done, I'm going to cast, since you're doing Detect Magic, I'm going to do Detect Evil and Good. So again, for the duration, Aberration, Celestial, Elemental, Fey, Fiend, or Undead within 30 feet, and I'll just move around. Maybe there's like an invisible Fey. I mean, we've had that before.
Okay.
That wasn't pleasant. I don't. Oh,
You also
God.
know any like
What did I
desecrated
do?
places too.
Yeah.
Nothing that can't be undone.
And I'll just kind of put it down.
I can mend it if you like.
So
No, it's.
detect magic in their room, and then if I don't see anything there, I'm just gonna slowly wander around everywhere
Okay.
and like trace everywhere in this cellar.
Gotcha.
Doing detect magic. It lasts 10 minutes.
And I'd like to actively investigate their room after the magic look.
So we're gonna go Benlin first.
Okay.
There is nothing that's pinging.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's not a creature.
It's a curse.
Well, sometimes curses are mistaken for creatures. Remember, Vermeil was cursed.
I wasn't in Borneo.
Well, but we told you the story.
Curil, no matter what your hands are doing, you're still humming that.
I will take the lute off and put it in its case and set it aside.
Is there room in the case?
How big is the
That big.
How big is the metal?
Just a detail in the cupboard. I gotta double check.
I will slip the sculpture into the body of the lute to make them both fit.
Okay.
Sacrilege.
Or just fucking music.
Fucking music.
Stream over. We're done.
We did it! We won!
Am I allowed to grant inspiration for that?
You can. You are the dungeon
Can I
master.
grant Curil 1 inspiration?
I will both respect you and despise you.
For real.
Oh,
I think it's up near the top.
well, you're making your way through the rooms, and nothing is obnoxiously pinging. I assume you're doing it kind of systematically, looking around. As you go to get to the last 2 rooms, and I have to move my cheat sheets over here to see it.
Last 2 rooms on the bottom floor.
Yeah, on the bottom floor, F10, F12. As you start to get
We're not
over there,
movers, but
the
F10, F12.
no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're on
you're
there.
fine.
As you get here and here to this area, you hear a shrill sound tearing through the firefly cellar, overpowering all of the other noise. All of you, everybody else obviously hears this as well. It rapidly rises to an uncanny pitch, and you all recognize it to be Ebder's voice.
Well,
But
rest
Edgar was up
I'm
here,
gonna
right?
run wherever I'm gonna run to wherever I think it is.
He is, over here. As you run up, everyone can see his eyes are just bulging in terror. He's humming the Rime's melody while his eyes seem to be screaming. The rest of his body is not moving. He is cold to the touch, but he continues to sing the rhyme over and over.
I'll grab the little girl and kind of bring her and put her head away from what's happening.
Can I make a medicine check?
Absolutely.
I never got to investigate their room. So I don't know if there's anything in there. But
Well, did she find anything in their room with the investigation?
In their room, no, it was normal. He had a couple books in there. She had what seemed to be a journal and just some of her toys.
21 medicine.
21 medicine. God, that's really good. I didn't plan for that to be that high. Where am I going to get
Well,
this?
it's one of the good skills that Benlin has.
It's not, how do I phrase this? It's not of medicine that's doing this to
Yeah.
Abder.
But I mean, like, do I feel like more what I was looking for with medicine, is he in immediate danger? And is there anything I can do about it?
No, not immediate danger. It's more that, like the episode you saw from Laszlo and Curil before, it's just that much worse.
So, like, I don't feel like his heart's going to stop or something like that.
He'll pull through.
Okay.
Gilby is crying. She wants to help her father, but she really doesn't know what to do. Crankle also is trying to help you.
I
Actually,
will cast sleep on him.
Read me sleep?
It's gonna be a pool, so I'm probably gonna put her to sleep too.
Well, so if you tell us you're putting her to sleep,
We can get her out of the room.
we can all move away.
well, to be honest,
Well,
putting her
it's-
to sleep wouldn't be a terrible idea.
It wouldn't be. I mean, unless she knows something that we need to know.
I kind of want to see if you put him to sleep, but not her. What
Yeah.
happens.
Okay. All right, everybody, please step back.
This way. Bo, can you help
Yeah,
me?
I'll-
Does it say creatures of your choice?
No. Creatures within 20 feet.
So
We'll just all stand back.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
So I will go ahead and cast Sleep and try and use that to him, which will be an amount of dice that I am aware of.
I think it's 5d8.
It's 2... You're right. I was looking too low for it, sorry. Yips.
You're fully
Any-
I don't know
pager.
if you probably don't want
Read
any
his
of these.
mind.
No, I don't want any of those.
It's a good call.
Out of here. Here you go, buddy. Roll
Okay,
this
so that's going to be...
for your d20 rolls.
I mean, not getting higher than that, so.
19.
19?
7 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5.
Yeah, 19.
Thank you. I highly doubt this guy has 19 HP.
And that's
So-
when we find out.
How does sleep
So if
work?
he has, so what it does is it's the pool, and then the lowest the person with the lowest health in the area takes away from the pool, and if
Okay.
it has enough HP for like what their maximum or what their current HP is, they're asleep.
Okay.
So if he has more
19
than
or less.
19, he's not asleep. If he has 19 or less, he's asleep.
Okay. He is asleep. And
Do I feel like that improves his medical condition?
Yes. He starts to gain some of the heat back to him. He's not so cold to the touch.
That was a good call, Curil.
Also asleep, obviously.
Oh, no, we moved
She was
her
at
out of
moving
it.
away.
I thought we were trying to get her into the
No,
sleep.
we wanted
No,
to
we
move
wanted
forward
to
to
test
the
Just want to make
Okay.
I want to make sure it didn't
I
do anything bad
misinterpreted
before we did
the
that.
guiding her. So he is asleep. Anyone who's looking at him and studying him, I'm assuming Benlin, obviously, you can see that in his sleep, he is still trying to move his jaw and still trying to hum that tune.
So if I detect magic up, do I see any like aura of magic around him?
Around him,
Yeah.
Or any of us, really.
Yeah.
Can he see the curse?
he,
It's
Yeah.
okay if it's not in the book.
it's not. And that's where I'm wondering how to take this. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Like, you can see that there's
Okay.
a curse just looming.
Okay. If I go back now that he's dealt with, if I go back to the other 2 rooms that we didn't,
Okay.
or the other 3, and then I think Naya wanted to investigate there too.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably try and stay together. Curil, do you want to stay with the, for lack of a better term, civilians in case you need to sleep somebody else?
That's fair.
We can do that. Okay, so
I think
who's
you're on the map later, buddy.
I think I am too. I'm trying to scroll around.
Thanks. I think
And the map's moved,
Yeah, you moved the map a little bit.
That's not the right layer. Oh well. Okay. So you're going to look in the last 2 rooms?
Well, the last 3.
Last few rooms?
Yeah.
So it's Bo, Naya, and Benlin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's not it. I actually don't know where Benlin is.
Here.
There he is. Oh, and I'm still in my stupid tuxedo with my uncomfortable shoes.
You could probably take some of his clothing, although I don't know how well it will fit you. But couldn't you mend it to be different sizes?
Well, mending, technically, I would have to rip it and then remend it.
So those last 2 plus that 3rd one.
Yes. This is something I didn't realize was in the book. Okay.
And
Sorry.
I'll keep
Surprise!
I'll keep sleeping anybody that gets to that level.
Did that show up?
Curil, do you think we made it worse by putting them to sleep? Now he I mean, it seems like he's still mouthing it. I don't know if he would wake up and be in a good state of mind.
Well, I think, as far as I'm understanding, the goal is that we will end all of this before he wakes up. And you experienced the worst as I did. If you could sleep through that,
if that was affecting my unfettered subconscious, I don't know if that would be worse or better. It seems like a horrible nightmare.
Okay. So as you guys are searching, the top sidemost room, I don't know how else to describe his directions. This room,
The northeast.
northeast room, there are some bird feathers scattered around. It is obviously Crinkle's room. It is unkept, messy, and something just screams his room. Do you still have your detect magic up?
Where is Crinkle?
It's last 10 minutes.
Okay.
He was with us.
I'll
Something is-
recast it if I need to.
Something is pinging in the side stand next to the bed,
I'll open it.
lighting up. Okay. You guys, well, sitting in there is a ring of the ram.
Oh, so we're just stealing from him. That's probably not.
Oh, dang.
And I don't know if you... Okay. Neat. The ring has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. While wearing the ring, you can use an action to expend 1 to 3 of its charges to attack one creature you see within 60 feet of you. The ring produces a spectral ram's head and makes its attack roll with a +7 bonus.
Oh.
On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet.
Yeah, that does seem like we shouldn't take that or that'd be stealing.
You can also
Thank you.
use it to try to break objects with the force.
Ooh, we can get out of here.
So
I'm
that
going
is
to
in there.
leave it there, but I'll note that it's there.
Okay.
I'm not
Um,
here.
Spread the
We're not
rhyme.
pulling the Andromeda strain helix crap on
I have
us.
to prepare breakfast.
Oh yeah, this is so important.
You don't know Benden's life.
Does he have one?
No.
Oh, that's what Thurgood was for.
Thurgood is.
He's calling the shots.
Are you just looking for what's pinging your detect magic, or are we like
I think,
searching? Or
I'm
that is
actively
investigating.
investigating
Yeah, you're
while he's
and
looking
I'll
for magic.
investigate too. But
Okay.
I'm more focused on magic stuff.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me investigation then, Naya.
Investigation. 14.
14. You find that he has a couple books in there. The shelves. It's not a very wide. I'm doing that away from the camera. It's not a very wide bookshelf, but he's got a couple bookshelves that are full of books. The middle one it seems to be disheveled, and then it seems to be full as well.
Is there
And the
any in
books
there
are
about demonic
curses. Yeah. Anyway.
Nothing particularly that says anything about demonic curses.
I'll call up. Curil, have you seen the Kenku?
Is he up here with us?
Yes, he's trying to just kind of be by himself off to the side. I can't remember where he. Oh,
You're moving the map again,
I
bud.
know. Is that there he is? There. Do I have to hit reveal,
No.
or did we see him?
I think I see him.
Move
Yeah.
somebody.
Is it this guy?
It's that boy. That's Crinkle.
Crinkle?
So I would have seen him then.
Yeah.
We were just under the impression that we hadn't seen him. So I wouldn't have yelled that then if
Okay.
we saw him earlier.
Yeah, he was just kind of pacing, trying to keep from going insane, I should say.
What is this small circle? Is that the kid?
Curil? Sure.
That's Gilby.
Okay. Now she's very
Oh,
small.
she gets a little token.
He is a tiny one.
As Laszlo and Curil sit and discuss whether it's worse to be awake and driven mad or asleep and driven mad.
I guess we'll keep searching the other rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just go through room by room.
Okay.
We have to find something.
The Kenku's room did reek of magic more than the others. However, everyone here is in some way, shape, or form studying magic.
Sure.
Okay. So with that kind of base layer established, the only one that gave off any extra is Crinkle's room.
There's something about a journal for the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Can we look at the journal?
He's going to invade her privacy.
Yeah.
Children don't have privacy.
They know something they're not telling us.
So you guys are cracking open her journal?
Sure, I will look through it.
Okay. A couple pages of just childish what she wants for Christmas and what she thinks she wants to do on her birthday. When is her dad's birthday again? What does he want to do? Stuff like that. There's only one page that seems to actually say anything of value on it, and it says that there was a weird book with a music box, and she saw it but didn't know where it went.
Okay.
A book
I
with a
mentioned
music
that to
box?
everybody. That seems pertinent.
To clarify, so there was a book and a music box, or a book with a music box in it?
A book with a music box.
Okay. All right. Well,
Where are you guys having that conversation?
well, I'm gonna tell them. You guys keep searching down here. I'm gonna go talk to the girl.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I systematically would investigate each room if you want me to do rolls for each one or
Okay.
whatever you feel like. Or if there's nothing else down here, we can.
I'm gonna look at that shelf that's disheveled in the Kinky's room.
Okay. It's nothing out of the ordinary. There's just books that were there that aren't. You know what I mean? Like when you have a row of DVDs and you take two out, how they kind of
Okay.
DVDs. Who watches those anymore?
VHS. That's what I use.
Laser.
Laser. Oh, I was about to say that.
I was about to say Laserdisc too.
Betamax?
Anyway.
You're such a baby.
Okay, so investigating down here, we didn't see anything that looked like a book with a magic. What the
Correct.
book with a music box. Okay, I'm coming back up here to the main floor.
Okay.
So I will pull Curil aside, like away from the child. Curil, you're better at talking to children than I am. We found in the girl's journal a strange book with a music box. Do you think you could maybe get some information out of her regarding that? She said in the journal it says she didn't know where it went, but if she could describe it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Those checking out this
Does
long
anyone have
hallway.
locate object?
The long hallway.
Sure don't.
Knowing that Laszlo was looking through all of her father's papers, before I talk to her, I will ask if Laszlo saw a book with the music box while he was doing all that organization work.
There was nothing that interesting there.
Mostly unfinished, mostly vastly unfinished the transcriptions and bindings. Nothing with a music box. No.
And her name's Galeby.
Guilty.
Oh, I go back up to the top floor. That's where all the books were, right? There were a bunch of books.
There were
on
more,
every
yeah.
level.
All right, I'm gonna start looking at those books.
Galeby,
Yeah. Yes.
do you remember coming across a book that perhaps had a music box in it?
Is that the big metal thing that's in the spine of the book? Is that what it's called? The spine? She kind of looks around and
Well, a music box like a mechanism, like it's a. Well, usually it's a
We
box.
should call it a music box in her journal, so she knows what a music box is, right?
yeah, I guess I didn't think about that one.
Perhaps has windings and.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing that's supposed to make noise. That's in the side of music box. Yeah.
Did you say in the side of a book?
Yeah, it was in that back part that always kind of hits the desk when you open a book.
There was a music box within it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
In the
know
spine
where that is?
No, I saw it a couple days ago. I thought it was really cool, but my dad wouldn't let me. It didn't belong to us, and it was on the list to be repaired, so I wasn't allowed to play with it.
We all look at Laszlo.
I mean, I'm sure I don't have their list, right?
Right. The Firefly cellar has their own inventory and list of things going in and out and whatnot.
Where
Could you find the records?
do you think it was removed? Do you think somebody took it away?
I'm sure it looked really expensive.
Ooh, we could ask the old elf lady. She works here.
How's she holding up?
She is not happy.
Do I remember seeing an inventory of anything while I was organizing?
There was something that just said to be repaired.
Like a list that said to be repaired?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I know where it was going or where they keep those books?
They keep them at the end of the long hallway that Bo was just asking about.
I do remember something, and it seems like the repository is at the very last room of the hallway downstairs.
I'm looking for something that I can't find.
I think we need to...
Yeah. So, as you guys are looking, the tune continues to tug at your minds, willing you to intone its sequence of notes. The notes take on shapes of words you're certain you've never heard before, but are somehow familiar to you all as lyrics. And I'm trying to find a... Where is it? Where is that handout? I'm so sorry, guys. Give me just a moment.
It's fine. Roll20 is rough sometimes.
There's so much in this adventure, and I can't find that.
Well, I was reading a book, a tome really, Curil. It's called The Jaunt, and it was about when they first discovered teleportation, and at first they had to keep him asleep, or else. Well, I guess that's the punchline of the novella, is that after one of the protagonists didn't sleep during the transportation, it affected his mind, and maybe, I don't know, that's why I'm thinking that maybe sleeping is not the best.
Well, and it sounds to me that in the moral that you're describing of this novella, that sleeping was what was supposed to happen.
And I think in this case it's reversed, because actively your mind would be shutting out the song, but when you're sleeping, you're not able to.
All I can say is that his vital signs improved vastly when he was put to sleep.
Well, I hope his mind is okay.
Okay. So, seemingly at once, all of you start to kind of hear the words in your head. And if this page would stop trying to load and just give me the one section I need. See a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshime. Mm-hmm. See a dog that knows how to heal, never heeds plea nor command. Mother give it a tasty meal. Dog chose instead to eat her hand. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshime. The words ring through your skulls, as well as it sounds like something else is singing it along with everybody.
All right, Detective One good.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Shemshime!
Shemshime!
Shemshime's gonna get a hammer to the face. Making me miss morning service.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties, and not really technical difficulties,
our weather
but like
difficulties.
Yeah,
weather
monsoons.
difficulties. Yeah, monsoons, fire trucks, because people don't know.
Which also,
Our
for those
community needed it.
for those people who don't live in Arizona, the storm is over.
I know.
that was
It's
it.
still drizzling apparently. Like
Back to being
need
104
that.
degrees.
I just love
Needed that.
Arizona because it's like the worst storm in history for like 3 minutes.
Like maybe 6 minutes if we're lucky. Tune in next week, either on Twitch with us, hanging out, commenting, granting us inspiration, or just following on YouTube, dropping a like, comment.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We have links to the Discord and everything.
So it's like, comment, subscribe.
I just had never seen that before, and I was like, why?
Because I just made it up right now.
And also, if you do follow us on YouTube, but you want to switch over to Twitch, make sure you go over to Twitch early, because last week's episode is up there live, so you can catch up before watching us live. Because I know a lot of people, they try and switch over to Twitch, and then they're like, oh, I'm an episode behind.
A gap.
Yeah, but it's all there on Twitch. You just have to watch it on Twitch.
As they say in the tube, mind the gap.
Thank you to everyone watching, and thank you especially to our patrons. It's not that I don't have the list memorized. I'm just on the spot, so I have the list over here. That is Sparky, Dacivid, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Johnny Mac. And am I missing anyone? I don't think I am.
Did you mention my mom?
It does. And now Rio's mom twice. Thank you all so much. We appreciate everyone hanging out, watching, and we just enjoy it.
Also, join us on Patreon if you want to see the after party where we ask Jake a bunch of uncomfortable questions.
Yes, a bunch of uncomfortable questions. But with that, we'll come up with a tagline.
Eventually.
Sometime between now and
Cast! Shemshime!
Shemshime!